My name is Steve Wilson. I'm co-founder and executive director of the Educational Equity Alliance. The Educational Equity Alliance serves between 1,000 and 1,200 students, about 70 students here in Coatesville Kids to College, and then students in Liberia and Zambia as well, with similar programs that offer either preschool, after-school programming, depending on the environment and situation that these kids are in. Some are doing micro businesses, some are doing farming, co-ops, depending on the space and place they are. As we all know, early childhood intervention is critical. Students living in low-income families, low-income communities are on average about 18 months behind their middle and upper-class peers by the time they're entering kindergarten. And that's a gap that, unless there's specific intervention for, those kids by 5th grade and often by 7th grade have never closed that gap. Imagine being 18 months behind a peer in kindergarten and trying to close that. We close those gaps with kids. So what you guys helped us do was patch that pipeline of kindergarten and then begin to strengthen our early elementary at that critical age for intervention.
So we have a reduced cost preschool, and that runs Monday through Thursday. We also provide after and before care. And then we also have an after-school program that's Monday through Wednesday. And then we have a free summer camp as well that runs for both preschool and our after-school age students. We also have a Soap for Hope program. It's part of Coatesville Kids to College, but it really has its own life because we now have franchises with this program where other programs such as the Parksburg Point are now able to take on the franchise and teach that curriculum to their students.
So as part of the Alliance, we offer training and workshops, both for students and adults, in how to reduce barriers for students in their environment, whether it's here in Coatesville or again internationally. Workshops, training, coaching on how to reduce barriers for students to thrive and succeed in the space where they live, work, and play. The work of educational nonprofit is largely necessary because our public educational systems need to be supported better.
My name is Amber Timlin. I'm the executive director of the Coatesville Area Public Library. Libraries are so much more than books because they're a community space. They're a space for people in the community to come that's free, that there's no requirements when you walk through our doors. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what you believe, it doesn't matter what color your skin is or what your sex is. Everybody's welcome at the library. The Alliance for Health Equity Seed and Scale grant really allowed us to invest in our story times. We have 2 story times a week that run Wednesdays and Fridays, which allow for parents and grandparents and family members to bring their young early elementary, and we even have an infant story time now, and bring those children in to really expose them to literature and to books. And also, they get a little bit of that educational background. We really focus on trying to prepare children for kindergarten because not every child has access to preschool, to a nursery school. A lot of times parents, especially in this economy, childcare is very expensive. But what we oftentimes take for granted is that when children are kept at home, they're not being exposed to a lot of those educational foundations. We were averaging around 15 to 20 children per hour storytime hour. And this year, that number has gone from about 20 to 30 children every story time. There have been times in the past year where we had 60 people come to story time, and that's a lot of kids. One of my board members was out and about one day, and he met a gentleman named Mike who was out in the community. He's an unhoused individual, and he overheard my board member talking about the library. And he went up to my board member and said, I love the library. It saves me every day. He said the library is a gem because it gives me a place and it's safe and I can just go there and nobody judges me. They greet me when I come in. They treat me like I'm a person. I can look for jobs. I can get on the internet. I can charge my phone. And even just those small things of being treated like a person One of the big things that we try to hold true in ourselves at the library as well is trying to empower people to build themselves back, to build themselves up, and to build their children up as well.